Hello, good evening. You already know what time it is. It's Eswatini Lifestyle Time right here on Eswatini Television, and thank you for tuning in. So, on today's lineup, we have the owner of Authentic Beauty, Zindzi, Thwala, and then we're also profiling Sundeck Rooftop in Vanya, where we are today, because Father's Day is coming up this Sunday. I have a surprise for you. But for now, let's go to Zindzi. Eswatini Lifestyle Viewers, earlier in the year I had promised you that we'll be doing a lot of profiling. So today I am at the White Orchid Day Spa and I'm chilling with your favorite vlogger, your favorite professional communication strategist, your favorite voiceover artist and social media influencer, some would say. And it is none other than Zindzi Thwala. Zindzi, good morning.
Morning. Thank you for having me, guys. Thank you.
How are you feeling in this beautiful morning?
I'm actually cold. I really hate winter. Hate it. So I try to not do much in winter because my brain is like, but I'm good. How are you?
I am okay. Thank you for asking. Well, we know you as the face on social media, the person doing the most. So right now, all we want to know is who is Zindzi apart from social media and everything else.
Oh wow. Okay, so you know what? I think for the people who follow me or the people who know me, know that the person that you see on social media is probably the real person you see even on the ground.
Okay.
I try and make my social media platforms very authentic, very authentic. So I apart from like really intimate parts of me that I don't obviously show on social media, what you see is really what you get. Yeah.
Zindzi, may you just kindly take us to your background. How were you growing up in terms of character and your aspirations?
Ooh, okay, so growing up, I grew up in Mhlamayati. So we come with that as
Alrighty.
I grew up in Mhlamayati, loved growing up there. It was the most safest space for us growing up. I know it's really different now, but then everybody knew everybody. You knew down the street, even at the clinic, you knew which nurse you're gonna find.
Yeah.
So it was really like a big extension of my home, as in like my family. Mhlamayati was the place that I grew up in. I am a middle child out of 4, so I have an older sister, and then it's me, and then I have 2 younger brothers. And growing up, I think I've always been loud. One thing about me, I've always been loud.
Okay.
I remember in grade 0, I used to have a teacher called Mrs. Baker, and she one day sat my mom down. She's like, literally, I'm gonna call her Busy Bee because that's exactly what she is. I was all over the place. I was very loud. I've just always been like a cheerful child, right? Yeah, so that's how I grew up. I grew up in Mhlamayati. I wanted to be a designer when I grew up.
Yeah.
And my mom had to sit down through loads and loads of little designs I used to make, and she used to say, "Oh, they look so nice." I'm sure they look horrible, probably, but she was just so supportive. I don't know why I wanted to become a designer. I mean, I love fashion now, but I'd never, right?
Nice.
But I'm also not like hectically into fashion to a point where I'd pursue anything in it. It's just that I think I just liked to look good, which I think now translates to everything that I do now, right? So yeah, I grew up in Mhlamayati. I went to Sutu Forest. From Sutu, I went to Bahai High School, which was a big change for me in terms of location. First of all, if you grew up in Mhlamayati, you went to Sutu, then you were always just there, right? Then now I had to move to the big city. It was nice though, because we were coming into ourselves, right? We were in high school now, so we thought we had an opinion about everything, and being in town really opens up that mindset for you. And I think that translates into even the things I do now. I'm a big believer of people pushing themselves out of their comfort zones, right? Even if it's location. I always tell my siblings, like from Kaya, like my cousins, like you need to expand your mind to something bigger than, even if it's just a town move. Like if Malandi, even if you do go back home, at least your mind has been exposed and expanded to a point where you can make a difference in whatever you choose to then do, right? So yeah, I moved to Baban a few years into my high school. And then I moved to Nelspruit where I completed my matric.
Okay.
From matric, I then went to the big city, Joburg.
Okay.
I went to Joburg. I did my degree in communications there at the University of Johannesburg. And I think in my third year, that's when I found my interest in media, right? That's when I did radio. It was my first time having my own radio show. I was on UJFM.
Ooh.
I was a presenter for UJ Observer TV, so I was like the girl. And I did theatre as well. So theatre I had a very big passion for. I loved theatre. I loved acting on stage. And that's when I realized I really do love the arts and media and all those things. And then I came back home. Yeah, and then I came back home, yeah.
And then you started hosting social media walls.
Oh, but not even, that's like now. I think I went straight into, I was in banking for a long time. And there's just something about, and I love my country, I love this kingdom, right? I love it so much, but there's just something about it that says tone things down. And I really wish more people would advocate for people to not turn themselves down. Don't be modest about your talents. Don't be quiet about your aspirations. Don't tone yourself down because our culture is a bit on the conservative side, right? And I think that's what happened to me when I moved back. I had to take a step back. And it happens unconsciously, like you just, the spaces just don't allow you to have a big personality. And I think more people should be telling people that it's okay to have a big personality. So yeah, I came back home and then I started hosting things. Yeah.
You just made mention of authentic. Let's quickly just, visit authentic beauty bar. How was it? Because everything was so hush-hush and then it wasn't there and then the next day it was there. How did you do it?
Okay, so for those of you who don't know, Authentic Beauty Bar is a hair salon and a barber that I opened on the 1st of March this year. And I mean, I've never been into business before that, so that was also like just a bit challenging for me. But I think if you know me as a person, one thing about me is I believe in starting. Like, I think a lot of us have plans and want to do big things, but we never really start. And I think it is one of my life purposes to show people to be brave enough to start things. So when I started this, I had no experience. I don't even like hair that much. But I love money. And I think we all do. I think we downplay it. We're very modest about, especially females, if you say you love money, it's like, I love money and I intend on making it. So I think that's why I opened the hair salon. As much as I love money, I love serving people as well. So I wanted a service-driven type of business. So that's what Authentic is about. We're about serving people, making people feel good about how they look. And I think that intricate into my other areas of business as well. Being a brand ambassador for Lamel, I just want people to feel good about how they look and how they feel. So yeah.
You also just made mention of Lamel, right? And I was about to come to that. Why? So what I want to know is, what is Lamel?
Okay, so I'm a brand ambassador for Lamel Eswatini, which is housed at the beautiful white Orchid Day Spa. And basically it's a skincare range. It's not local. It is from South Africa, but it's a very, very good skincare range. I am not a dermatologist or a specialist when it comes to skincare. It's also been a journey for me. So I know that the White Orchid offers free consultation for skincare. So you can come through, they look at your skin, they give you a diagnosis of what they think is wrong with your skin and what habits you should be picking up to take care of your skin in conjunction with the product as well. So for me, Lamel has been an eye-opening experience because previously I really didn't pay much attention to my skin, right? And I think we all fall guilty to that, right? I didn't put sunscreen on, I didn't care about my eyes, I didn't care, right? So starting this journey, I realized there are products that we really do need for our skin. because we don't just wake up looking like gorgeous girls.
You're so inspirational. Just before we sign out, what book are you reading currently?
Love Does by Bob Go. It's a book. It's called Love Does by Bob Go. It's a book I didn't necessarily pick. I had run out of the books that I was reading, and I called my friend and I was like, I need a book. What book do you have on your shelf? She gave me 3 options, and I just like, I like the blue one. She gave me a picture, so I was like, I like the blue one. She's like, it's very like spiritual. And I was like, that's fine. I'd highly recommend this book if you're not spiritual, because it's a very like, it's a short book, and each chapter speaks about completely different things, but it all goes back to why God and love is an action thing, right? And I think I needed that for myself, because we think of love in a certain way. We think of romantic relationships with our family and with God, but at the core of it all, I think a lot of it needs to be penetrated into action, right? So I think that book is just eye-opening for me right now.
Okay, maybe please just quickly remind our viewers at home where we can, contact Zindzi on the social.
Okay, so I've always had it's so funny because I've always had the same handle on everything. So I've never been like Zindzi with the booty, or Zindzi with the, you know how growing up Facebook people had the most craziest names.
Zindzi.
Exactly. I've never had that, so I've always had my name. It's just that everybody always forgets how to spell my name. Everybody. Like, I have to say it so many times, but anyway, it's Zindzi. Zindzi Thwala, not Thwala. It's Zindzi Thwala on all my my social media platforms. That's how you can find me.
All right. Thank you so much for the time, and thank you for having us.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
Do enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.
And of course, that's the surprise that Eswatini Lifestyle had for you for Father's Day. Coming up this Sunday, this goes out to all the fathers watching right now, and all the fathers that are actually at work, making sure that they provide for their families. Happy Father's Day in advance. As I had said earlier on, we're at Sundeck Restaurant and Bar. This is a restaurant and bar situated at Corporate Place in Babani, where you can come and have a chilled time with your friends and of course your family if you may want. Let's go find out more. Bartender, I'm ready to welcome to Eswatini Lifestyle journey. I understand that you are the bartender here at Sundeck. Maybe you can background here.
Iqala bartender, because like being to be a bartender and kuba mixologist. I mean, I started as a waiter back in 2016 at Calabash restaurant in Zindzi. I spent there, and then I moved to Summerfield as a waiter too.
Yeah.
And lokwenda kanjalo bengizama because bengisolo ngifisa lokuba ngo bartender or mixologist kusukela ngisesemncane vele. Usebenza ngento efana notshwala, and then like angifike Summerfield 2019 thola lamanye majaha angithatha angisa ePretoria lenye ibhala bathi iLosville Lodge. Then ngifika khona bathi do ngisology wethu because sine-show lana. Aba like, oh, because vele lokuningi bengivamise ukubuka on internet.
Oh yeah.
Then ngazama-ke ukukhumbula lokhu bengikwenda ku-internet, ngabhala imenu yami fast, then ngachubeka ngasebenza le. Baqala lapho ukuthi hawu ngathi ngiyakhona ukumixa 1 2 and 3 because bengibabona nabo coming from eBhekbo samafidi bamixa that and
So when it comes to Sundeck rooftop, you get me?
as Sundeck rooftop iqale ku-operator January
Yeah.
this year. Mina ngifike February. Yes.
So now you got like specialty cemeteries.
Yes.
When dangani ukuthi baqhubeka basethinkini angeke ngihambe ngiyothatha i-hotel yabo, just going to go to Sundeck inleyo zawo zayabo.
First of all, ama-cocktail abukeka kakhulu.
Okay.
Ayabukeka. Mina nemphathi wami we make sure ukuthi we go out mbamba, siphume all out. Yeah, get your herbs, the garnishes and stuff, everything that you prop. So lokunye ke kunalenye secret yami le ngibani. Yabo. Le nto abantu sibasheshe bathi wow. Yes.
So what cocktails do you guys have on the menu?
Okay, send them a classic cocktails, yeah. We don't do the contemporary ones. We just do my classic one. Kona specialist back on Fridays. It consists of 5 cocktails. You choose from each of them a cocktail hour, like 5. The specialist like buy one get one free.
Okay.
Yes, every Friday it happens, yeah. But if I'm section your menu maybe in 3 months. Yeah, depending on lokunye bangla season stuff nyalo nje ngine menu ye-winter winter.
Oh.
Before now sisama ngifaka lenye menu. Yes, ma'am.
You made mention of classic cocktails and tempura. What's the difference for layman njengamayeti lutho about button?
Classic cocktails are those cocktails are just simple, but about like just simple cocktail where you just mix about the corner now. Other than these cocktails, to akhanza ukuthi sekathi ngathi into lefana abo drive emakle kude la bangwane. Classic cocktail mix 2-3 drinks, say cocktail there. Yes. Then contemporary mix more things in one. Yes.
I understand. So I'm just gonna put you on the spot. Now, which one's your favorite and why?
My favorite one. It's tropical depression.
I enjoy depression, tropic. What's happening?
No, like isheshe ifike yabona nakuthune thinking about my sister.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, now bufuna khohlwa nginga for that night. Yabona lo busuku nje kuphela.
Okay.
Advise ukuthatha your tropical depression. Isheshe iwende emsebenzi. Ayisoli emotionally imali. Yeah, vele nje. Okay, le special lesa Friday ngithanda it's the purple rain. Yeah, it gives you that color like purplish and stuff. And for me, kulula lo because nesina ngiyakha ngisho ukuthi ayilana ngikhokhela nyawo lami. Yes.
So I understand today you're going to be making us a few cocktails.
Yes.
Yeah, so then I'm making a cocktail.
The purple rain, of course. Strawberry sparkling mojito.
Okay.
For labantu labangathandi something sweet because my cocktail ahlukana like my taste.
Okay.
Omunye umuntu uthanda something like sweet. So nasikwenza sifaka abo sparkling water and stuff. Yes. So ndawnendela kona purple rain, strawberry mojito. I'll try my Singapore sling because nayo ngiyele hamba from my menu yala khaya. Yes, ngiyele hamba ke ya Sundeck vele ngicabanga ukuyishintsha ngasabi Singapore sling ibe Sundeck sling.
So Chef Mandile, what have you prepared for us today?
Our specialty at Sundeck is meal pizza. The most favorite is the Sundeck pizza, which people mostly they call it something meaty. And then we have our wings, lemon and herb, with our chips and a bit of salad.
You don't mind, can you just take us through the preparations
Of the wings. Okay, first the bases are always made.
Okay.
But it's just flour, a bit of oil, salt, and then you just roll it out, make the bases. And then for my sauce, it's just a tomato sauce with some herbs.
Okay.
And then so it's just put in the base in the oven, and then your tomato sauce, and then your fillings, fried fillings, which is mince, chicken breast, bacon, onion, and then my secret ingredient, spice. And then the sauce before the cheese.
Yeah. Alrighty, so Sundeck has been recently established. Was that what
Well, I had my own baby, Malkins, Nova Lounge and Eatery, and then we only operated for 5 months, and then COVID happened. Then we had to close down. Otherwise, I've worked at the driving range, MTN, when I graduated from school because I studied at Mafeking Hotel School, and then my first job was with MTN, and then when Brian Fairview operated, I was there. And then I had my own, and then COVID happened, and then I just did deliveries from home, cooked from home until Thabo Masilela, the owner of Tattoo Palace, called me I think January this year, or was it February or March? He called me, Kumal, I have good news, and I'm like, oh Thabo, whatever, And then he came through, told me, hey, Sundeck needs someone to run the kitchen, like to take over the restaurant. I'm like, are you for real? Yeah. Then that's how I'm here.
Well, obviously I've been here before and I've tasted the food. When what's that secret thing that kind of I love this. I want to come back.
I think I was fortunate enough for after school for my intern. I went to Michelangelo in Santin for my internship, and then Oartam Intercontinental. So I think from those places, it's one of the famous hotels in SA. So I think I learned a lot from being an intern.
You're not gonna say love.
Okay, of course, my love for cooking, I think now everyone knows about it. So because I think it's something I got from my maternal grandparents. So I love cooking. It can be tedious, but hey, job.
Yeah. So browsing through the Sundeck menu, which one would you say this is my stat dish? I'm going to
I think the pizza. I did the pizza. I think once you guys taste it, I want feedback, please.
Okay.
I think the pizza, there's just something to it. I think we use a different sauce. As much as I can't mention my sauce, but but I think the pizza and the wings, we have different flavors. The wings, I'm not sure how other establishments make them, but I think now there's just something about them.
So what's your personal favorite?
My
personal favorite?
Pasta. For me, I love my pasta. Though I'm currently banting, so no pasta for me, but I love pasta. Any pasta, your Alfredo, your chicken and mushroom, your basil pasta, just pasta,
Alright, thank you so much. Let's dig in.
Please do. Enjoy.
The most unfortunate part about today's episode is the fact that it has come to an end, but do not fret because Eswatini Lifestyle will be back on your screens the following Friday, same time and same place. Since this coming Sunday is Father's Day, I would love to leave you with wonderful, usable piece of advice from Steve Harvey. Have a good night.
Every man has to own a black suit. After you get a black suit, there's 5 suits you need to get: black, navy, gray, brown, tan. You get those 5 suits, you get yourself 2 white shirts, get yourself 2 cream color shirts and 2 powder blue shirts. You can make 75 suits with those combinations, because every last one of those pants go with every last one of those jackets. Every last one of the jackets goes with every last one of the pants. You cannot mess up. The beige pants will go with the gray jacket. The gray jacket goes with the brown pants. The black pants go with everything.